What it do? What it do? What's up? What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? What's going on? Welcome to the stream. It's gonna be a little weird today because we do not have the camera. I mean, we have the camera, but we've been having some problems with it, and I do not want. I don't want to freeze midstream. You know what I mean? It's just kind of somewhat unbecoming. So what we did is we made a little avatar, which I won't lie, looks. I don't think it looks too bad. I don't think it looks too bad. I mean, you know, not extremely mad at it, but yeah, that's what we're gonna be. That's what you guys are gonna be looking at today on stream, uh, which is alright, because I mean, it's not really about my face or anything. It's really about what's going on with the price action. And as long as you can hear my voice and as long as I can narrate what's going on, I think we should be fine, right? Yeah, I think we should be fine. But happy Friday. Happy fucking Friday. I hope and trust you are all doing well. Whenever wherever you are, wherever you're watching this from. Yeah, that big zipper sound was me putting the camera away, but it's all good. What should we do? Let's have a look at price action so far and come up with some sort of plan, right? Let's come up with some sort of plan. Just gonna drop a message in the Telegram that we are live. That should send whenever it sends. But yeah, but we are officially here. Happy Friday again. Yeah. So what's going on today? Let's talk about it. Well, our accounts, the accounts are doing pretty fine. The accounts are doing all right. So, we don't have to be super aggressive today. If something presents itself, it presents itself. We don't have to force any trades. So we'll take it somewhat easy today. Um, we'll take the trades that are clean and obvious. Nothing more to it, nothing much to it. But this is our Globix. This is our Globix volume profile. We good on that. We're just waiting for it to set. We're gonna finalize the values at 1529, and then yeah, so that's our overnight value area high, overnight point of control, overnight value area low, and then our previous day levels are all the way at the bottom here. You know what I mean? Could be fantastic if we get a Dalton rule to play out. I don't know if we are, but yeah, basically it does look like we are gonna open above the previous day volume profile. If we do close within the previous day value, I mean, if we retrace into it and then we close below the previous day value area high, and then we could have a Dalton rule in play again, which would be massive because what's the range? I actually need to start using more of these tools. Range. There we go. Yeah. How big is this? 278? That doesn't seem right. 99.75. All right. That's like the range between previous day value area high and previous day value area low. So pretty big move. Shit, like 20 points out of a day is a lot of money, so if we do get that, that would be a massive move, so we'll see how that goes. But Failure, which I mean, I don't know what else we have to the upside. Maybe let's shift to a 30-minute. Just gonna double check on the stream, make sure we good. Okay, cool. Yeah, man. I mean, probably the next level, logical level we could target. The next high is 448. So maybe we yeah, let's just mark that out. 448. All right. So I'll make this a just call it IBH for now. Previous day high. I think that's the previous day high. We will double check. And we'll make this gray. Yeah, we'll make this gray. Is that a previous day high or is just the session high? Session high, not previous day high. And actually our session high is 451. So yeah. Globex high. Yeah, 451.7.25. And then what else do we have to the left of it? Yeah, 491. Yeah, that's 491. But a lot needs to happen for us to even get there. So I think we'll just focus on the levels that we do have, right? Yeah, let's actually make this a rectangle. Yeah, let's draw this out as a rectangle so that we're not like targeting a specific so we're not targeting like a specific price, but more so a zone, right? So if we get anywhere close to here, we can take profits if we take a trade that's gonna move in that direction. You know what I mean? And then we can use this as we can see if this resistance then turns support, right? But yeah, that's pretty much what's going on right now. Nothing more to it. I mean, yeah, our Globex session is above our previous day session, as I mentioned. There is that potential of a Dalton rule, but a lot needs to happen for us to break lower. And I mean, like this 263 area is pretty protected. We had drawn out a level yesterday, which was 275, around about 275, which was, around about 275. So just before the close of the day before, it's around about here, which, that was the closing candle to Wednesday's volume profile, right? Because this candle, that's not within New York session, that's after the close. So which we opened below during the Globex session of Wednesday. Yeah. And then we did whatever it is that we did, and then we had we revisited that level, which is the low of that volume profile. In fact, if I remove the extended session, you'll be able to see it a lot. You're able to see it a lot clearer. So unticking that extended session basically just means we're just looking at RTH now, just looking at regular trading hours. All right. Maybe I shouldn't be moving things around like that, but yeah. But I mean, there's that low from the 10th, right? day before yesterday. That's the last candle from that session. That's the low. And then during during yesterday's session, we actually bounced cleanly off the same level, you know. So that level is protected. So we know 263 is protected, you know. So buyers stepped in here, and yeah, and now we're having, you know, some potentially positive upside. Yeah, nothing more to it, nothing much to it. Probably, yeah, maybe like the next high that we could revisit is 472. All right, so let me do this. Let's duplicate this. All right, and then we'll call this what? An RTH high. So previous RTH high. Okay, so we know, so this is like a Globex high, and that's the previous RTH high. RTH regular trading hours. You know, so our New York session. This is, yeah, we're gonna see how price plays out there, but it's all good. Let's get back the extended session, so we see our Globex. And yeah, what, we are a minute and a half away from open, you know. Hopefully our motive wave behaves today. I mean, we have a lot less resources, you know, we're trying a lot less resources today, so hopefully that's gonna be positive. Hopefully that's gonna work out nicely for us, you know what I mean. Once our VWAPs load, I'm gonna switch back to a 1 minute because, yeah, 30 more seconds before we turn off this volume profile. $432.25 seems pretty set. That's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, so that's pretty set. So I'm gonna switch it off now. Where are you? Switch that off. Cool. And yeah, here we go. A minute away from the ding ding ding. A minute away from the ding ding ding. Potentially another overnight point of control trade. You know, these are, as I said, these are our bread and butter. You know, a retest of overnight point of control, and then we target overnight value area high. Let's just hope we get that during our window. If it starts to look like it might happen a little before, we might front run that. But we'll give the volume profile 10 more minutes before. We'll give it 10 more minutes before we actually place or make that trade. But yeah, here we go. All right, so that's officially New York open. Let's just make sure our overnight value area high levels match on trade C. 432.75. All right. Yeah, 432.75. All right, so immediately we kind of getting that overnight point of control retest, which yeah, I was hoping we weren't gonna get like right there and there, but it's all good. It's all good. We will, as I said, you know, today's not really, I don't really feel like we need to be aggressive today. I know we are trying to get to the funded stage, but again, the most important thing for me today is to make sure that we protect the capital. So whatever happens. But um, if there are no clear trades, there are no clear trades. We don't have to force anything. I wouldn't. I don't want to go into the weekend red uh, on either account. So yeah, we'll see how price develops roundabout. Yeah, we'll see how price develops in the next 15 minutes, and then we'll make a decision. We'll make a decision together. Nah, I'm capping. We won't make a decision together. I'll make the decision. I'll make the decision as to what we are going to do for the session. Yeah, I don't know why motorwave glitches during the opening of the New York session. It's unbecoming. It's making it very hard for me to like recommend it. You know, I still do. I still like right now. I feel like as far as like order flow platforms are concerned, this is the best you could go for. Um, yeah, with the price and also with the tools that you get, and also the fact that they also have regular updates. So that's a plus always. You know, yeah. So still would recommend. Now Telegram messages are also not going through, so that's something we might actually have to give a look at. Yeah, here we go. Another test of overnight point of control. Do we break below it? All right, cool. So that's a break. It's a very aggressive break. I ain't gonna lie to you. Why would I lie to you? Okay, so that's 4 minutes into the session. Probably gonna get a test of overnight value area low. If we do an overnight value area low holds, then yeah, if we come back and we break above overnight point of control, then I will take the retest of overnight point of control. Again, that's if it, presents itself. But if we fail, if we break below this and we continue below this, then this level is going to be very interesting. The previous day value area high is going to be super, super interesting to see how we develop around there. Because again, if we claim below the previous day value area high, right, then for sure that Dalton rule play is going to be in. The Dalton rule is going to be in play, is what I'm trying to say. Using English and not what I was speaking prior. Whatever that was. Whatever the boy is trying to say. Didn't quite say it right, did he? But yeah, our priority number one today is to protect the capital. So just needs to be clean and obvious. We'll make our stops super tight. Don't need to give back a lot. It's a Friday. Yeah, it's a Friday. I want to have a good Friday, man. No Jesus. It's the wildest thing I've said on stream. No Jesus. Yes, Jesus. Boy, what's you saying? Jesus all the way. Jesus take the wheel. But yeah, but you know what I'm trying to say. I just want to have a good Friday, so um, we don't have to force anything today. Not that we've been forcing things like the other days, right? But I'm just saying, like, there's a lot less pressure today to make something happen. You know, it's a lot less pressure. Yeah, because the one of the worst places to be in is like mentally is to be waiting all weekend for Monday, you know, because you know you fucked up on Friday, and then, you know, and then on Monday, like the last thing that you have on your mind is, ah, you know, I kind of chopped up the account, and you know what I mean. So we don't. I don't want to be doing that. I don't want to be doing that. Our ATR is also pretty huge. That's 6 ATR. If we go above 7, might need to reduce the might need to reduce our contract sizes when we enter our trades. But yeah, just need to force quit a couple of things. There we go. I also had coffee today for the first time in like the longest time, so feeling a little. I don't know how to describe it. I'm feeling quite pumped. 1 second, guys. And also, I'm gonna be taking a million bathroom breaks today. All right, we back. What did I miss? What did I miss? I wonder if I can. I have wanted to experiment with something with you guys on stream since I do make music. You know, maybe play you some of my unreleased jams. Yeah, we're failing to break above that overnight point of control, uh, which is also indicative, right? That's telling us a lot. That's telling us a lot. There's some form of selling happening at that overnight point of control. So uh, let's see if we get a break above it. You know, if we manage to get a break above it, then potentially that upside is, you know, would be in play. But yeah, 10 minutes into the window, and also it is going to depend on what type of break we get. You know, we'd need a very clean break. You know what I mean? Like a very clean break, and then yeah, and then I think we could give that overnight point of control long another. We could give it a shot. You know what I mean? So, oh, or not. Oh, absolutely fucking not, bro. What happened there? And our ATR just shot up to 7. That's crazy. That is mad, actually. Um, I wonder if that's a news event. Yeah, I was saying before, started looking at this, that I've wanted to experiment with playing some of you guys like some of my unreleased music you know, since I am a musician. Gonna have to focus though, because yeah, there's a lot going on. Whoops. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but probably not. Hmm. Let's see. Oh, okay. Maybe not that. Um, yeah, let's see if this works.
If I abandon this project, I would be a man without dreams, and I don't want to live like that. I live my life or I end my life with this project.
Okay, I think that's working fine.
And as it stands, I'm really 3 for 3. I built the table, there's a few that can eat with me. I'm not a prophet, just a product of my environment. It's full circle on my cylinders, it's firing. Just step back for you get hit with the shrapnel. You talking sideways, that's why your shit keep moving lateral. Learn to ride waves, I'm not a surfer, I'm an animal. On low tide days, I'm in the jungle shooting animals. My shit guerrilla warfare.
Let's wait and see if we get a retest of Overnight Valley Area
I'm
Low,
a Ramadan, I had
or
to
if
walk
we go
here.
for the previous day back
I'm on
area
the run,
high.
I got like 40 more years. So
Regardless, I
grandkids,
think, like,
grandkids
we
gon'
are
love
gonna
my
be
shit. Niggas try to
looking
compete
at,
with me, but they shit ain't pretty. I'm plagiarizing those
most of the downside.
My ex
You know
still
what I
one
mean?
of your besties.
Let's give that.
I feel bad for a new
give that a
nigga. My
shot.
hard
Maybe
act
a
to follow
previous day
fill my
back area
shoes.
high.
You need 2 niggas, and both niggas will have to fall back. Find 2 more niggas, and those niggas will have to call back and ask for more niggas. I'm not friendly. Please do not offend me. I'm in the kitchen contemplating the crime. Should I live to my potential? Should I heighten these lines? Should I kill him with emotion? Should I do it in rhyme? The fish bowl been on fire, still got fishes to fry. Jeremiah 29 kept
Lots
a
of
nigga
buying
alive.
here.
Spun the block
Big
34
buys
times,
stepped
but
in
now
at
I
381.
arrived. Still love over fear.
They didn't
This
get
is
that result to
survive,
move up,
no,
so
I'm
let's
not
see
an
what happens with
alcoholic,
these
I just
guys.
drink all the time. A barbarian, you Conan O'Brien. They wanna know my sign, I'm a sign of the times. C'est moi, nigga.
What is our previous day? Okay.
C'est lui.
Let's what is this? 362.75. I think let's put a cell stop. Yes.
C'est lui. like I'm back in Japan again. Ripples in the puddles, big step about to rap again. Your girl brought the source with
This
a
is gonna be one of those things where
the streets
we either get the move or we
so
don't.
many people know me by name, just not by government. My name a mission statement like prophet Isaiah's covenant. Biblical, Christ took the wheel, but I'm the vehicle. Prophet Muhammad, please keep me honest when I'm cynical. Clinical, at my eye level is the pinnacle. Visual, y'all doing shows, I'm doing miracles.
I should be way to make that a selling it.
Let the camera roll, you tropic thunder, me I'm a Rambo. Let the ammo go. Let the ammo go. Still can't kill Godzilla. All the nukes in the hood can't kill Godzilla. All the drugs in the streets can't kill Godzilla. Let the ammo go. Still can't kill Godzilla. They got deadbeat baddies, could that kill Godzilla? Nah, still can't kill Godzilla. Everybody claim to be him, so who the wanna be? Every day I wish him the best, I'm who they wanna be. Fuck with me, I'll put you to rest, then make a mockery. Dance on your grave and make it a documentary. Here lies the first and last who didn't realize Indigo Wakaji to triumph was hella ill-advised. That's your eulogy, reward for your tomfoolery. Who you think you better than, nigga? Go ahead, humor me. Long as I'm growing, can't worry about who's surpassing me.
So, so my thinking behind this and putting a sell stop here is, one, we had this buyer step in, right? And they didn't get any results. So if the buying is weak, right? If the buyers are not getting any reward and we get to the value area high, right? I know there are going to be some resultant buyers in here, but I do think we could actually melt through it. So if we get like a clean break through it, then I would want to, I would want to be in that move. I'd want to be involved in that move as soon as we get through it, probably against like better logic. Maybe like the best way to go about this would be to wait for the retest of the previous day value area high, but I'm not entirely sure if we're going to get it just based off the way that we fell through the overnight value area low. Unless of course like we have like some form of resistance here and we hold above this, and that this entire move here was just like a big break and retest, and we're coming to retest the previous day value area high. But if not, then the way that I see it is we're gonna have a Dalton rule play, so just want to be ready for that if that's what we get. It would be unfortunate if we just like tag and then, if we just get a tap of it and then we go above. But I do think we are going to see some form of battle happening around the previous day value area high. And just based off the momentum and the activity that we got from the top, I think sellers are in control. So could be wrong, really could be wrong, but I think it would be I think it's worth trying it out. I'm also seeing just like from the wicks themselves, like we're having like some weak like the buyers are trying to get this market to go higher, right? Like, these wicks, it's like price is trying to move up, but like it keeps getting shut down. So at some point I feel like whoever's trying to buy this up is gonna have to give up their position. They're gonna have to give up their positions, and if they do, then I would want us to go. I would want to see us like break way below this previous day value area high, and our next the target would be like previous day point of control, which would be far. And to be honest, like it would be one of those things as we've done like in previous days where we're just gonna have to trail our stop. You know what I'm saying? And we're trailing our stop just to make sure that as we break below it, that like we collect as much as we can, towards the downside. You know what I mean? So let's wait and see. I mean, we are perhaps like maybe a smaller position size, because I mean, like again, if you like the ATR is 9, almost 9.5, so really banking on that we don't just get a tag of it and then we come back to previous day to the value area low, that we melt through it. You know what I mean? That we melt through it. That whoever's here, let's actually also just check. There we go. Who's at 62.75? Yeah, I mean, at 63, we have like a big wall, at 63. So, yeah, just gonna have to watch and see if these get cleared out. You know what I mean? If these get cleared out, then yeah, it is kind of thin. It is kind of thin towards the downside, but yeah, we are front running it a little. So much for it's Friday. We don't have to do anything drastic. But I see it. But the thing is, like, I see the opportunity, and I do think it is worth. It is worth the $200 risk. I think it is worth the $200 risk. If we can't, yeah, So our stop would be. Let's get rid of that. Let's have a look at where our stop would be. At 70. Yeah, our stop would be very tight, man. I'm not gonna lie, which I'm not so much a fan of, but and that's putting full risk on. Yeah, that's putting full risk on this move. Also, again, I mean, like, we are also super extended on the Keltner channel, so I mean, the probability of it working is slim. But this is what we'd be targeting. Yeah, fuck me, 65 points is a lot, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. We can't make that. We're not allowed to make that much on the eval. But yeah, let's see what happens with this buyer here at 121. Because we have buyers at 381, and then again another set of buyers at. Come on, what is this? At 79.50, 79.25. So this has to rotate now. If it doesn't, then yeah, it's looking pretty dead for the buyers if this doesn't turn around now. Let's see if they get that result. Again, like you see, like we're pretty we're overextended on the Keltner channels, so there's that. Like a rotational move up would make sense as well. That would make sense. The value area high also shifted higher. So I mean, yeah. Let's see what happens. Let's see what we get. It's a strong battle happening between these levels right now. In this zone here. Strong battle. So, yeah. Yep. Okay. Some more buyers stepped in there. They really need this to happen for them. The buyers really need this to happen, like, towards the upside. Otherwise, Yeah, otherwise, like, these participants, like these orders, they're gonna have to, you know, they're gonna have to close their positions. Let's wait and see. Okay, I think they're good, man. I think they're out of the clear. We should get a rotation now from the value area low to at least the point of control. If not, then that's going to be a roadblock. The VWAP is going to be a roadblock. What we could do also is we could see what's happening, what happened with that, with this down move, you know, with this sell move here. What I mean is, if you draw the volume profile just from the candle that started that down move, you know, so I mean, there is a low volume node here, like literally no volume at all, you know, so this area. I don't want to take that trade though. I don't want to be short there because that's a little like no man's land. What would be cleaner would be to try and short the overnight value area low, but you know, so there is that level. That's a low volume node. Just from this down move, all right? And now we're above that down move's value area high. You know, so we failed to break above this, and then we failed to break above this. We're gonna rotate back inside this volume profile, which would not be the best thing for the buyers either. You know, if we start to see big red candles, not big red candles, big red bubbles from the big trades, you know, that's potentially sellers sellers stepping in and blocking that move, or it would be these buyers buying out of their positions, you know, so selling out of their positions. So let's wait and see. Again, like you see, like these wicks, this is what's kind of making me, that's what's giving me the feeling that like the up moves are weak, you know. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Still haven't seen how they're gonna close yet. But yeah, but see, that's like another way to use the volume profiles where you can anchor your volume profile from a specific move, from a particular move, right? And then just see how volume developed from there, you know, because the logic behind it is that if we had a strong down move, right? Whoever started selling, whoever started that move, whoever started that strong selling, that's a different type of auction, right? So you'd want to know who's in control, who's in charge, you know, who's winning in that particular auction, you know. So that's how that's how you could also use the volume profile, you know. But yeah, let's switch it back. Let's go back to, you know, let's not add too much complexity. At least we know where there's a low volume node. All right, now let's just have a look at the entire volume profile as is. Perhaps also to be safe, not just to be safe, but to be smart. Maybe the smart thing to do also would be to take this sell limit off. Could try sell 394.75. Let's see. Okay, big buying stepped in, big buy stepped in there. Let's see if they break past that volume node. Are they gonna get any results? It looks like it. Okay, yeah, I think safety, for safety's sake, let's remove the sell stop. Cancel that. Overnight value area low. Back at it. Not my favorite trade, not my best trade in any regard. I mean, honestly. But yeah, but if we do get this move, if we break past these lows, then this could really be in play. This could really be in play. We break above the overnight value area low, and we break above the overnight point of control, and then we are going to look for the long from the overnight point of control. We could long the overnight value area low. It's just that, again, statistically not my best trade. It's not my best trade just from data. So I don't want to place long here. You know, because again, for all I know, this could be a break below the overnight value area low, and then a retest, and then we break below. So, you know, it's no telling. No telling. But if we rotate back up, then, you know, I will long the overnight point of control. It's resistance at 400. Also, another thing that would stop me from wanting to long here is the immediate point of the first roadblock I can see is the VWAP. You know, the Globex VWAP. You know, we could rotate, hit that, and then fade the VWAP. So I don't want to make plays that are gonna be met with immediate resistance. You know, so there's that aspect to it. But yeah, but let's wait and see. Okay, clean break of the overnight value area low. Okay, cool. I think we might actually get this retest of overnight point of control. We'll wait for the break, and then once we get the break, we'll not anticipate, but we'll have a sell limit for the retest. 410.25. That's my stomach. Jeez. Let's just wait on that. 410.25. Yeah, so here's that roadblock I was talking about with the VWAP. But if we can break above this, then okay, cool. Then, you know, then we could be in a business. But that was something that I was just kind of like anticipating and just saying that, like, I don't know if I don't want to long from overnight value area low because of that fact, you know. Also, our low volume node that we drew out acted as resistance. I mean, it turned to support, right? It was resistance, potential resistance that turned into support, you know. So pretty cool that we marked that out, I think. But no. Let's keep that there. Let's play some music.
It's It's like I'm back in Japan again. Ripples in the puddles, big
Is there
step
free
about
test
to
of that
rap
V-Rap
again. Your girl
again?
brought the source with a name. She let me hit again. The streets always gonna be the streets. Adjust your mentioning. So many people know me by name, just not by government. My name a mission statement.
Okay,
Like
looks like
prophet
we'll
as
already
I
break
is
apart this,
covenant.
so.
Biblical, Christ took the wheel, but I'm the vehicle. Prophet Muhammad, please keep me honest when I'm cynical. Clinical, at my eye level is the pinnacle. Visual, y'all doing shows, I'm doing miracles. General, Captain Commander, let the camera roll. You Tropic Thunder, me I'm a Rambo. Let the ammo go.
Let's wait and see how this candle closes
Let the
before we
ammo
place an
go.
order.
Still can't kill Godzilla. All the nukes in the hood can't kill Godzilla. All the drugs in the streets can't kill Godzilla. Let the ammo go. Still can't kill Godzilla. They got deadbeat
Just need
baddies, get
a,
out and kill
okay, I'll post
Godzilla.
that now.
Still can't kill Godzilla. Everybody claim to be him, so who the wanna be? Every day I wish him the best. I'm who they wanna be.
Maybe we
Fuck
could have
with
gone
me,
with
I'll
the
put you
buy
to rest.
stuff, you know
Then
what I
make a
mean?
mockery, dance on your grave and make it a documentary.
Let's wait and see if we
Here
get a
lies the
retest
first
of
and
it.
last who didn't realize.
And
Indigo
our
Wakaji,
stock
the
will go
triumph was hella ill-advised. That's your eulogy, reward for your tomfoolery. Who you think you better than, nigga? Go ahead, humor me. Long as I'm growing, can't worry about who's surpassing me. Been in the game so long, I took his chastity. Fuck all your pleasantries, nigga, and your niceties. Let the ammo go.
We could have gone with the buy
Let
stuff,
the
but
ammo
hey,
go. Still can't kill
let's wait and
Godzilla.
see.
All the nukes in the hood can't kill Godzilla. All the drugs in the streets can't kill Godzilla.
Also, the overnight point of control is overlapping
ammo
with
go.
the,
Still can't kill Godzilla.
it's
They got
overlapping
deadbeat baddies, could
with
out kill
the,
Godzilla.
what do they
Still
call
can't
it?
kill
With
Godzilla.
our RTH, with our RTH overnight point of control. I ain't gonna lie, guys. Like hearing myself rap and trying to speak at the same time is so difficult because I also wanna rap all of a sudden. So, I mean, yeah, y'all are just gonna have to deal with my voice. I'm sorry. I could barely hear myself think. But yeah, this is what we're going for now. Let's bring that here. Yeah, this is what we're going for now. Not as dramatic as targeting the previous art, the previous high, but yeah, I mean, that's like still quite a fair way up, hey. But let's see, I think this is also worth the shot. If we can get the retest of the overnight point of control, that would be fantastic. That would be fantastic. Also, this is our bread and butter trade, so we'll see what happens, but I won't lie, I did really consider going with the buy stop just before we made that entry, but yeah, I don't know. Again, I think it's just the Friday thing where, as I said before, where I'm just like, there's no need to force anything. I know this is our trade, but again, also at the same time, I just kind of feel like if we don't get it, I'm fine with it. If we don't get it, I'm fine with it. It's different from the other trade that we tried to take prior with the Dalton rule trade, because I mean that had like some super huge potential as well, but yeah, that looked like something that would just come in, and then if you missed it, you missed it completely, and with massive upside to it, yeah. So I kind of felt like it was worth the risk on that one. With this, I know this is a trade that this is our, as I was saying, like this is our bread and butter trade. This is a trade that we statistically win most of the time, you know. And how we usually get it is we get it from a break and retest of it. So, you know, if we miss it, we miss it. If we get it, we get it, you know, and I'll be happy about it. But also, if we miss it, something else will present itself, you know. So we'll focus on that. Also, what's kind of giving me a little comfort is the fact that it's at the overnight point of control. The overnight point of control is also overlapping with our New York session overnight point of control. You know what I mean? Like right there. So almost double confluence, you know. But if we break below it, then, you know, we're rotating to the overnight value area low. So if it breaks below this, if the VWAP can't support it, then the VWAP can't support it, and there was pretty much almost nothing we could have done about that, you know. But let's see if we get it. Let's see if we do. Let's see if we get tagged in. Let's see if we get tagged into the entry, and you know, and whether we get that move or not. You know, target again is the overnight value area high. So let's see. Okay, so we're in the trade now. Pretty much nothing else we can do about this. We just target the overnight value area high, as I said. That's the next logical level. The overnight point of control needs to hold. If it doesn't hold, then, you know, then we got faked out. Yeah. So overnight point of control needs to hold. The VWAP needs to hold. If that doesn't hold, then I don't know what to tell you guys. Will it hold? Will it buy? So we're at the VWAP right now. If this falls below the VWAP, then we're mincemeat. Yeah, it looks like we're mince, guys. Potentially. Which would suck, because I mean, like, I really want us to perform well on this account. But yeah, this account isn't particularly doing well, so it would be nice to get it into the green before the weekend. But yeah, here's a retest of overnight point of control. If we could break above this, then we could be potentially in the clear, you know. And then we'll see if we can break these highs. If we can break these highs, oh, that would be fantastic. Lots of ifs here. I'm not gonna lie to you. Lots of ifs. See, has anything changed here? Let's stretch this out and watch it. Let's watch it from motive wave. You know, if anything changes here, of course, then, you know, we'll get the resultant. Whatever changes on motive wave, of course, will change on trade C. So let's just watch it here. But yeah, we need the overnight. The overnight point of control needs to hold. Otherwise, you know, yeah. Otherwise, the trade idea is gone. You know, otherwise the trade idea is gone. So nothing more we can do about this than just like sit and watch it and wait. You know. And also a break above this moving average would be great, because I think that's also what's providing resistance. But yeah, okay, but here we go. 414. Let's see if we can get a clean break above this high. Yeah, excuse me. We need a break above this high, and then also, you know, yeah, if we can get a break above this high, then we have a really, really good chance of hitting that overnight value area high, you know. But yeah, let's not do anything stupid. So let's move up. Let's move to break even. You know, so now we know we can't lose this trade anymore. So, okay, so what have we done? We've protected our capital, right? We haven't got exactly what we want from it just as of yet, but worst case scenario, if we get a retest of that overnight point of control, then, you know, yeah, we don't lose any money, right? We don't lose any money. Okay, here we go. There's that break. There we go. Let's lock in some money now, right? Just make sure that like we do take something out of it. Cool. So we've locked in 243, right? So if we do get stopped out, I mean we get stopped out, but yeah, we're targeting 562. But if we get stopped out, we get stopped out, guys. There's nothing more to it. But at least this account is positive now. You know, so let's see how this candle closes. Those buys didn't get reward, but yeah, let's see if they get results here, or if we get a retest of this overnight value. Overnight value area high, which looks like we've just got. Now we need it to break to the upside if we're going to be good for the entire move. Is it holding? Is it not? Yeah, I don't think it's gonna hold much. Doesn't look like it's gonna hold, so yeah. So I mean, we get stopped out here, which we did. It's not fantastic, but also not terrible. The most important thing is that we protected what little money we had, right? Yeah, we protected what little money we had. So let's give it another 10 more minutes, and then we'll see how we can take the next trade. All right, we'll see how we can take the next trade. Possibly, potentially, what we could do, you know, we could potentially play an initial balance trade. You know, that's 10 minutes away. And then if we do, then again, like, you know, we have that Globix high that we still haven't tested, and yeah, we have that Globix high, and then we also have that previous RTH high, you know, but this account is positive now, which is great, you know. 50,135. Jeez, it took you've been going back and forth with it, so somewhat happy about that. Somewhat happy about that. We'll see if we let me take a screenshot of this. Where did you get stopped out there? The bottom of that candle. 420. Oops. I mean, also, we could have done like a base hit and just got the full 300 from it, you know, which is something that I'm gonna start considering doing more of as from next week, you know. About 17 points, I mean, not bad. But yeah, we got about 9 points from this. 420. So yeah, let's take a screenshot and save this. This is the most fun part of trading here. 12 June 2026. Yeah, see why I was like trailing that, you know, yeah, because again, like having this scenario where like you're in money and then you get a retrace, then price retraces back to the overnight point of control. That situation sucks because now it's like you could have taken money out of the market, but then you didn't, maybe out of greed or out of whatever, but you didn't take what was given to you, what was there, what you had worked for, you know what I mean? After also almost having been stopped out, you know what I mean? So there's that, and now there's no telling that like we're not gonna rotate completely, you know what I mean? So that's a possibility as well, so yeah, so sometimes like some of these things sound dull and dull and boring, right? But I think that's the best type of trading. I'm not gonna be one of those people who at some point, like when I start doing full on trading, I guess this is trading education, right? But I'm not gonna be one of those people who just post positive results. Yeah, I'm not gonna be one of those people who just post positive results so that you can join a Telegram group or so that you can join a WhatsApp channel where I'm gonna be selling you signals or whatever, and I'm just posting my wins, right? There's a lot more to it. It's like there's another side of it that like people don't fully see or fully acknowledge, right? Like for one, the emotional toll that comes with watching this, right? Like say for example, I don't know, like right now I don't know if this is gonna rotate fully or if this is gonna go and hit overnight value area high. If it goes in and hits overnight value area high, great. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad we took $200 and something from that move, from a $500 move. Cool. But then if it rotates lower and it stops, right, and it hits the stop, then then I'm glad I wasn't part of that move because then I would have lost 200, right? And psychologically, it's not that you'd have lost 200. You'd have lost the 200 that stopped you out, and then you also would have lost the 240 whatever dollars that you would have made and didn't take. You know what I mean? So, yeah. So I don't wanna like I don't ever wanna be in a position where I'm having like debates with like debates with like other traders and stuff as to what's the best like trading strategy or what's the best methodology or whatever. I just know what works for me, and I'm doing what works for me as often as I can and as much as I can. And I'm doing that using data sets that I've collected over time using my trading data, right? So a part of me sharing this experience, one, keeps me accountable, and then two, like I also want to give back, right? That's like a big part of me. Like I also want to give back, as much as I can, like where I can show people like what I've learned or teach people what I've learned. I want to be able to do that, but I don't want to do that whilst fabricating results or only showing the best parts of what I'm doing. Do you get what I mean? So, could have said a lot of nothing. I don't know. I could have said a lot of jack shit, but you heard it, you heard it. You heard it, you heard it. But yeah, but here we go again. Overnight point of control again. Maybe this is the rotations, the overnight value area high. I don't know. I don't want to take that trade again. We're like so close to initial balance, and gonna need to start thinking around like an initial balance play and how we're gonna do that initial balance play. You know what I mean? Will I go for a clean break and then use the value area low as the stop, or is it gonna be a fade of initial balance? Either way, if I don't feel comfortable enough to take it, I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm not gonna take it. You know, yeah. Just one of those. Just one of those ones. You know what I mean? But yeah. Even if like we end the stream today and like that's the only trade that I've taken and that's all we've made, I'll be happy to take it. You know, because like one of my accounts is in a much better place than it was yesterday. You know, and so now coming into Monday, then I'm gonna be focusing on we're gonna be doing the same thing, you know, like the same focus, but now with just less of a emotional burden, you know, with just less of an emotional burden, you know, because there's two types of capital that you want to protect, you know, at least, you know, I think, you know, the first of course is the money. You want to protect the money, right? Then the second capital you want to protect is your mental capital. You know, it's your brain power, and it's your emotions as well. You know what I mean? Like you don't want to go into a weekend feeling like a loser. You know what I mean? And like the market, like this shit doesn't give a fuck. It doesn't care how good your intentions are, or what bills you have to pay. You know, or who needs to go to hospital or who needs to go to school. Like market is brutal, you know, and it will take like if you're dumb enough to give back to it, it will take everything. It'll take your money. It'll take your time. It'll take your peace. It'll take fucking everything, you know. So, you know what I mean. So, yeah. So as much as possible, like we play defense. You know, as much as possible, we play defense. We take what we can when we can. We take those base hits. You know, the whole concept of base hits, I know, is from like a movie called Moneyball, I think, with Brad Pitt and Jonah Hill. You know, I've heard like traders talk about this on YouTube. But the concept basically is, it's from this movie. This coach hires some nerdy genius dude who figures out that if like they just get like, even if they get like average team players or whatever, if they can just get numbers on the board, then they have a good chance of winning the championship, you know, just by getting base hits. It's like running to the next base, running to the next base, running to the next base, you know. Where I'm from, we don't have baseball, so I mean that'd be the equivalent of in cricket, you just take 1 runs. You know, you hit the ball, take 1 run. You know, you hit the ball, take 1 run. Hit the ball, you take 1 run. You know what I mean? If you can do that over 50 overs, you have 300 runs. You know what I mean? It's a lot better than trying to hit 6 sixes, you'll fuck up something. You'll get caught up. You know, so yeah. Anyway, that's me being psychological genius on the head. But yeah, initial balance. What's our IB? Let's have that on trade C. 7427. 7427. I don't like how close it is to the overnight value area high, but hey man, what can I do? What can I actually do? IBH. Yeah, so initial balance is officially set. Initial balance is officially set. Yeah. What, you know, honestly, like also what would be the safest move to play would be, they call this I've heard this, it's called a Tyson play. Alright. Tyson play. we do this. Excuse me. We wait for this to break above, right? Wait for this to break above and to come and retest the initial balance, right? If it failed, so let's throw it out. Let me give you guys. Pen tool, let's go. So what are we saying? Let me hide this box. Explain what my mind is thinking. So, I think if we, oh, do I need to like click it? Okay, cool. So we get a break of initial balance, right? And then after we get a break of initial balance, say we come back and we retest initial balance again, right? If we're gonna get the up move, we need to break this high, right? If we get a break of that high, then we're going Globex, right? We're into the Globex high, okay? Or what I think is like the safer move and involves less risk is we wait for same thing. We wait for the break of initial balance, right? Say it breaks, cool, now it's broken initial balance. And then it comes back in a retest, cool. But then if it fails to break that high, and then it comes back within initial balance, then what potentially we could get is we could get a retest of initial balance like that, and then we come back and, test either the overnight point of control or the VWAP. We target one of these, so something like that. So that's my thought. The initiative breakup, I still don't know how to play that. I still don't know how to play that thoroughly. I believe we did do it yesterday. Yeah, but that was with a buy stop. That was with the sell stop. So as soon as it got to initial balance, I'll just like sell it. I'll like, yeah. As soon as we got to the initial balance low yesterday, as soon as we broke this, I just sold it. I didn't wait. I just sold it, and then it came back, and then it tried to go low, and then it failed, and then it came high, and then it tried to go low, and then it failed, and then I think like we got stopped out like somewhere around here, in that move. So yeah. Not so much, not too bad of a move now that we didn't actually break towards overnight value area high. Now is it? Not too much of a, doesn't look like a bad exit. Yeah, 300 could have been the exit, but not too much of a, not a terrible, not a completely terrible trade. I think like some pretty good trade management came out of that. I think. Unless we get that, which we could still get that move to overnight value area high. You know what I mean? Could still happen. Could still happen. We are break even on account 2, so we're like flat. We're like right at the beginning, but where we were 2 weeks ago. You know what I'm saying? So all of that hard work, only to come back and be in the exact same place. But we've taken some significant number of L's there. I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah, we're just gonna wait for that initial balance play, man. I ain't gonna lie. Just gonna have to wait and see what we and see what we get from it. And see what we get from it if we get it here, because again, maybe we don't, you know, maybe we don't break, and maybe we just rotate to the other side of the volume profile. It is a Friday, so can't completely rule that out. But it would be interesting if we got if we did get that entire move down here, and we broke below this. I mean, that would be a shitload of points, man. I think that's like almost 60 something points. But if we did get that, the break below, and then also a potential Dalton move, oh man, take that. But yeah, okay, cool, here we go. So that's initial balance tagged. Lots of selling, man. Tons of selling. And here we go again. So that looks like a failed break, but 30 more seconds, 20 more seconds for this candle to close. So let's put our price tool back on. Again, there is a reason why I'm not taking this right from the very first tag of it. Like, again, just need to consider that there is overnight value area high above that, right, which we were targeting in this trade, in this move up here. Right, we did try and target that. So I mean, like, a break above this, I could see a reason to retest the overnight value area high. But if we do get there and we break above it and we fall below it, then I also I'd have more confidence in trying to take the short from initial balance, and using the overnight value area high as a stop, as a stop, because if it gets there, then that could be an invalidation of the trade. So like, say we break above overnight value area high, and then we fall below it, and we fall below initial balance, and then we still go above it. That would be like one of the most incredible fake moves that fake outs that I've ever seen. But how I've seen it happen more often than not is it would be around a level. So maybe we fake out towards one side of a level, and then we come back to the other side of it, we retest it, and then we come below it. But I feel like once we've retested that overnight value area high, then going short from initial balance would make sense. I think that's kind of how I'm reading it. That's how I'm reading it. So that's why I don't wanna get it like immediately. I mean, we could have, sure, but no need to be super aggressive today. No need to be super aggressive today. Yeah, 1640. We'll see how we close. Because the 1 hour candle is gonna close in 20 minutes. So we'll see what the situation looks like at 11 a.m. What up?
Where's your camera?
It's in here. It was glitchy today. Still could have been, still could have been clean. Still could have been a really clean move, not gonna lie to you. Could have been a really, really clean move, but hey. There's a retest of overnight point of control. Let's see, what do we do? Do we melt below this, or do we continue? Also, it is a little sus, I'm not gonna lie to you. Our point of control hasn't shifted at all, which I am kind of suspect about. But yeah, but I mean, it is what it is. That's what it looks like. $4.10. If we fall below this, then the other side of value. You know what I mean? The other side of this value, which we actually just got. That's kind of annoying because that could have been our trade, but so good. So that's value area low. Let's see what we get. Let's see what happens at New York VWAP. Do we buy that or do we melt through it? Molten lava. Cool. Okay, so that's New York VWAP. What happens at overnight value area low? Do we melt through that or nah? How are you guys feeling? Maybe let's give that a try. I mean, I'm gonna put a sell stop here. Because I feel like if we fall beneath the overnight value area low, then we have some major downside. Our stop will go right there at 4.1. That's risking our profit, but risking 131. Let me target the initial balance low. Don't think we're gonna get that though. So yes, I don't think we're gonna get that. I think that actually might be a stop out. Could have rushed that. Yeah, I think we rushed that, guys. My bad on that one. Oh man, so much about protecting the capital. I think let's give it another shot. I think we. Yeah, I properly misread that. I think we could have actually given it a little bit of room. gonna try it again. Yeah, I missed it. Hmm. Gonna try it again. We'll put our. This is the move that I really wanted us to try and get, man. Initial balance is 366.50. I'm being super aggressive on this one. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. But yeah, but 366.50, that's our initial balance low. You know, so that's what we're targeting at. You know, maybe I could have not moved the stop, but I mean, we're here now, so. Just to give context as to what we're trying to do, let me throw it up on. Yeah, 392. So we're short from 392. Yeah, now stop is just above that overnight value area low. And this is what I'm trying to target. Initial balance low. It is aggressive. It is aggressive, I won't lie to you. I think tightening the stop was kind of worth it in a way, you know, because if we got the full rotation up, we would have been. I mean, I think we would have been stopped out either way. But I do see initial balance low as a target now. You know. No, it's just a thing of whether we hold below this. You know. This is our value area low. You know. Whether we hold below value area low. If we don't and we reclaim it, then we're gonna rotate back up, and then that's gonna be an L, which is gonna be some form of like poor management from my side. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you, but we didn't eat the full stop on the first one, and this is full risk on the second trade. So, you know, let's see. I think it still is a valid trade idea. I think it could be. Unless we rotate up, which. Yeah. I think that's a stop, guys. I think we're gonna get stopped out here. Which is unfortunate because we were in profit. if this is gonna melt, it needs to melt completely right now. That's actually so close. I think we're like a tick away. Might have jinxed it. Might have actually jinxed it. But yeah, I think however this goes after this, I mean, we'll call it a wrap. We'll call it a wrap because what will end up happening is we'll end up damaging the other account as well, which I really don't want to do. Yeah. That looks like a stop, eh? Yep, did. Completely blindsided us there and took us out completely. But yeah, how are we doing on this account? I mean, yeah, we should have waited. But what can you do, guys? Yeah, I mean, one win, one loss. Oh damn! I mean, one win, two L's. That I think that targeting that initial balance low could have like thought about it a little more. We could have thought about it a little more. Still was a valid trade now, you know, as much as you can come to think about it again. I think trying it twice though is what kind of messed us up, but you know, we are only we took account 2 down another $100, which is not what I wanted to do on a Friday. And now we're getting that initial balance. Now we're getting that initial balance trade. So I don't know. Maybe let's wait. Let's give this one a chance because this is the trade that we initially wanted to do, right? So let's give this a chance, and let's play it out the way that we said we were gonna play it out, right? What we want to see is we want to see the break above the initial balance, then we want to see it reclaim overnight value area high, and then we want to see it fail for the downside, right? And that's what we want to see. So now we have that overnight value area high. Now we're breaking above it. We're gonna wait to see if we get we're gonna wait to see a high form and then a failed high. All right, that's initially what we're going for now. Or we could call, or we could call it a day, which I think actually possibly could be the best thing to do. Because this does look like it's gonna hit our Globex high. Very quickly. I guess this is also kind of like what I was talking about earlier, about, which is crazy because I spoke about it and I didn't follow it myself. But yeah, but about like protecting the capital, you know what I'm saying? Okay, here we go. So this is the retest of of the initial balance high. Okay. Now that we have that, I'm gonna put a sell stop here. Okay, and now what we want to see is we want to see this fail. All right, we want to see this fail. We want to see this fail to break that high. All right. So this fails to break that high. Then we want to see it fail to claim above the overnight value area high, which it kind of looks like it has. And then still our target will still be 4775. You know. Our stop will go. Yeah, I mean our stop will have to go at overnight value area high. Okay, and this is a retest of overnight value area high. Let's wait and see. Oops. Yeah, but I mean, I was waxing lyrical about protecting the capital, and then I went and I did the exact opposite, which is so annoying actually. Come to think about it, not the worst, not the worst day. I mean, we're only down $100 on the account because we made profit in the beginning, but we made some money and then we gave some of it back, and then we made a second trade and then we gave all of it back and then some. So that's the annoying thing. And I mean, again, just like looking at the entries that we made, we could have actually just waited and done an initial balance play as was the plan. But it's on camera now. It's on the internet now. But yeah, so basically the move that we want to see here is want to see it fail to break these highs. If it breaks these highs, this is pretty much gone, guys. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't see it. I wouldn't see us reclaiming. I wouldn't see us coming back. If this breaks, basically, I don't see us claiming and coming back to hit VWAPs. Yeah, because this 1636 move could have been our Tyson trade, which is the trade to VWAP. Which is what we're currently looking for. You know what I mean? So. Yeah. If we fail to break that high, then I mean, trade idea is pretty much gone. So there's a lot kind of weighing on this. We could move that to 435. That will be against my better judgment though. Okay, so there's the break. There's a break of that high. I don't think we're gonna get that retrace. Now. Unless this is like some form of sweep of liquidity, But yeah, I don't see the retrace of that coming anytime soon. Could be a good time to get off stream. There we go. Globex high. Let's see. Yeah, that seems like the next logical target. $442 on the sales. Yeah, I don't want to call a top. Also, is another thing. I don't want to front run this and call that a top. You know, doesn't seem like a good idea. Unless, like, we'll see what we get here. Let's see what we get at the Globix high. You know. 440. Okay, cool. 439. Yeah. Let's wait it out. Oh man, I really jumped into these last two trades though. That was unbecoming. I ain't gonna lie. That was unbecoming. Super good trade idea though. Still, I mean, I am gonna have to journal it, right? So I'm gonna have to look at it again. There's no running away from that. I'm gonna have to journal it and I'm gonna have to write about it. But yeah, I mean, what we're looking for there was we're looking for price to break completely below the overnight value area low, and and target our initial balance low. You know what I'm saying? But hey, thing is, like, we could go short, but like I don't know where to go short from here. And if we do go short, like where would I place the stop? So yeah, so let's wait. Maybe this is the up move that's gonna come with a failed break of its own high. So now that we're breaking lower, okay, let's reset the VWAPs. Okay, cool. Yeah, so what we'll be targeting is overnight point of control. Basically, that's what we have as a target now. Yeah. So here we go. Overnight value area high. If this falls, if we claim below this, unless like we get a retest, and then what I want to see is we get a retest of it and we try to break these highs and we fail to do that. Then for sure, then okay, cool. Then our overnight point of control, could be a target if we can fall below this initial balance high. So we're still there. There's still a glimmer of hope. Still a glimmer of hope. That's what we should have waited for in the first place. But we didn't. We got a little greedy. We got a little greedy. We got a little thirsty for points. Okay, overnight value area high. And from our volume profile, I mean, where could we short from? Maybe that volume node? I don't know, man. What's that, 444? Okay. I think this is where we're gonna know for sure, guys. This is where we're gonna know for sure if we're going higher or if we're gonna break lower. Hey, come on, big trades. Big trades are not showing at all. Neither is our Keltner channel. Okay. Okay, so that kind of looks like a low high. Let's see. Let's see. So that's the high. It's the low high. So scenario A of what we spoke about it's kind of happened. Get a retest of this volume node. The volume node I'm talking about is this volume node. 441. Patience, we're just gonna have to wait. We're just gonna have to wait. I hope I don't make it into like one of those compilations of traders say one thing and then they do the opposite thing. You know? I kept on saying, oh, just protect the capital, play defense, play defense. And I went and I made the most offensive move. And that's offensive in both meanings of the word, by the way. What's this high? This high is 446. Yeah. You break 446, I mean, it's night, you know what I mean? Are you considering moving on a sell stop to 440? Yeah. That's super aggressive as well. There we go, 440. That's that volume node. I mean, we break these highs and we're pretty gone, eh? So, yeah. Let's see, guys. Could actually be a really bad Friday. We need to break these lows. If we can break these lows, then but failure of which, I mean, I don't know. I'm being like super aggressive now. Yeah. That's our lockout, guys. That's our lockout. That's our $200 max loss limit. And yeah, 196 down on this account, man. Not a good day. Not a good day. But yeah, not a good day at all. What can I say? I guess we're just gonna have to come back. Just gonna have to come back on Monday We'll eat this one. We'll take this one on the chin. We could have walked away. Net $100 and something. But yeah, one thing led to another. Right? One thing led to another. So it is what it is. We'll call it a day. I will be back on Monday, and then I'll be back on Monday. I'll journal this, and then we'll talk about it. I'll think about it over the weekend, and try not to internalize it a lot. And and then we'll pick it up again on Monday. Yeah, I think possibly what could have been our downfall was the just not having patience. I think that's where we got caught out. We had that move. We didn't take the first touch of it. We didn't take the initial balance to VWAP, which was there, but we wanted a break and retest. Wanted a failed break above it, and then a retest below for a continuation move, and we didn't get that. And then we kind of chased a move which looked like it could happen. This but this break and retest of the overnight value area low, which was also a break and retest of the developing volume profiles value area low, which did kind of look like it could have been a move targeting the initial balance low. But plenty of reasons. Like, the reasons why I thought of that was because we had broken below the VWAPs, broke below the the moving average, we broke below the Globex VWAP, broke below the New York VWAP, and and we had broken below the overnight value area lows. So I kind of saw that as a potential continuation move down. But and what I was waiting for here was just waiting for a break and retest to the downside. In actual fact, the break and retest we got was a break and retest to the upside. But we'll pick it up again on Monday. We'll try to not internalize this too much. That's 3 out of 5 green days, and another red day for account 2. Man, account 2 is doing really badly. So we're gonna need to figure out how we're gonna play this, and how we're gonna go about this. I don't want to switch to account 1 right now because I kind of have a bit of I'm kind of on a losing streak right now. So I'm gonna protect the capital. Now I'm gonna do what I was meant to do in the first place, and and call it a day, man. And call it a day. We've officially been locked out of this account for the day because we've hit our $200 personal daily loss limit. So it is what it is. We'll be back on Monday. Take care of yourself. Rest up. Drink some water. Go out if you're going out on the weekend. Have some fun. And I'll catch you guys on Monday. Yeah? All right.